In radio, we can cheat a little bit, but nobody sees us. Hey, I'm Yasmin Young, and this is Community Connect, connecting you with people, places, and things right here in Western New York, involved in the community, community action, just trying to get you out, get you involved. And these two gentlemen are Harold McNeil and Rod Watson, and they are from the Buffalo Association of Black Journalists. So welcome.
Thank you.
And you all have a free event that's open to the public, and you hope that people come out so that you can have a discussion and some dialogue. And it is called The Black Press, Soldiers Without Swords.
That's the name of the documentary that we'll be excerpting.
Okay.
And then we'll go into our program
About
talking
that.
about Buffalo's black media, panel discussion, and community dialogue. As you said, we're going to use the film as a sort of jumping off point to establish some context. This is an historical film about the role of the black press throughout United States history, through the civil rights struggle, and even before then. And it ends with sort of the demise of the black press as some of us migrated to the white-owned press, and that sort of spelled the demise of a lot of the black papers around the country. But fortunately, here in Buffalo, we still have two viable, thriving black newspapers, the Challenger and the Criterion. So we'll have Lisa Banks from the Challenger on our panel. Eva Dorr, representing the Buffalo Criterion, will be on our panel. We'll also have Sheila Brown, who's owner of the Black News and Public Affairs radio station here at 1080. She'll be on our panel. We'll also have Claudia Ewing from Channel 2, Harold McNeil from the Buffalo News, and Jennifer Parker, who runs her own company, Black Capital Connection.
Okay, well, you know, this sounds well and good to us that are in media, but why should the average person who goes to work, goes home, takes care of their family, why should they care about this? Why should they come out? Why should they be involved in these panel discussions?
Because of the power that the media has always wielded throughout history and continues to wield today. And our motto is making media work for minorities. We as a community have to learn how to make the media work for us instead of against us. We have to change the tenor of the coverage. We have to change the type of coverage. And the best way to do that is getting involved, and that's what we hope to do. We hope to get the community involved so that they recognize both the importance of the media and how they can make media better work for them.
And especially now when we're seeing what seems to be an increase in police brutality that is increasingly on African Americans, and sometimes, you know, you see kind of the press, the grassroots press on social media where people are talking about it, regular people who are not journalists are talking about how this affects them. And, you know, when you do have those white-owned or non-African American or non-minority owned media may or may not cover that. So is this something that you're going to be talking about, is some of the topics that may be getting left to the side or not covered as much by the white-owned press?
That, and also talking about how this new social media shapes what we do in the mainstream media, and how people can probably, through social media, engage more with the various mainstream outlets that are out there, and traditional African American papers, as Rod points out, we still have in our community.
Right. Well, please give all of the information so people know where this is, what time it starts, how they can come out, how they can be involved in the panel discussion. Do they need to register prior to attending? But talk about the whole process.
Okay, it's going to be on Saturday, January 30th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Frank E. Meriwether Junior Library. That's at Jefferson and East Utica Street. And it's going to be, we're going to start out showing excerpts from the documentary, The Black Press, Soldiers Without Swords. We'll have our panel. We're also going to have Stanley Nelson, who produced the documentary. People today might know Stanley Nelson from the more recent documentary that he did on the Black Panthers. That's the buzz right now. But he produced this documentary back in 1999, so he's going to participate by Skype and lend us some of his insights. The people on the panel will lend their insights, but we also want to hear from the community. We want to hear what they think about the way the African American community is covered in Buffalo, their suggestions for improvements, their suggestions for both strengthening and making sure that the Challenger and the Criterion remain viable, but also how we can improve the I don't use the word mainstream, because I think we're part of the mainstream as well. We help establish the mainstream, but what I call the white-owned press, how we can propel them to do a better job of covering our community as well. And we want to have the community's input on that. We did this something similar to this a couple of years ago. We did it at Buffalo State College because our organization has a relationship with the college. But we wanted to do this one in the heart of the African American community to make sure the community can come out and voice their opinion and give us their input on how we can improve coverage of the African American community. So that's why we picked Meriwether this time. We thought that was important to do it in the community.
Okay, nice. And all of the info is right here below the video. And I know for us, being a hip-hop radio station, well, hip-hop after 3, you know, we have a lot of our listeners that call and say, well, why aren't you guys talking about this? Or why are you talking about this instead of this? So this is the perfect opportunity for you to come out and to, you know, be a part of a media discussion and give your opinions to, you know, people that are in the press here in Buffalo about what you want covered, about how you perceive the Black-owned press, how you perceive the press, just in general, how you use social media. So thank you, gentlemen, for being here.
Just say one more thing.
Sure, absolutely.
It's also important that we reach young people and get young people to consider media as a career, because that's how you really change things. You change it from outside pressure, but you also have to have people working on the inside to change it. And so we need more of our young people to consider journalism as a viable career opportunity, so that we can change things from the inside, because who knows better what's going on in our community than we do.
Right, absolutely.
And we offer a $1,000 scholarship every year, and believe it or not, some years we don't give it away because we don't have students applying for it.
What are you doing? $1,000, that goes a long way nowadays, because books are expensive. So, okay, well, thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Definitely a pleasure, and continue the good work that you're doing, you know, and keeping us informed and, you know, trying to get people involved.
Thank you for helping us spread the word.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Community Connect.
Sorry for coughing so much.
Oh, it's okay.